Hi, this is Michelle, and I am back to do another You, Me, Same 3 collab with Tiffany at Southern Gales Designs. And this was my month to pick out the 3 items, and I was trying to stump Tiffany, and I think I totally stumped myself because I picked 3 horrible items that have nothing to do with each other. Anyhow, so I have this floral tissue paper and these little old maid cards, and mine says salty junk and hers says art smart or smart art. I thought they were appropriate for both of us. And then a little grunge board arrow. So I could not think of what to do. I was going to do a flamingo and have like the arrow be its leg and like the flower tissue be the body. And then I thought, well, maybe I will do like just eyes looking up and the tissue can be the hair. So I am not a portrait artist and I am not really good at making faces, but I'm going to fudge it a little bit, and you can tell that this is not my thing. So, but it will work in the end. I did try some things that I've not usually and typically tried, and it's kind of apparent, but you know, that's what art journaling is about, is trying new things and seeing if you like them. So I just used a mechanical pencil, and those are my favorite. I'll have those in the description. I think they're Art Graph, but I learned about them from Tam Willowing. She does the Life Book series. I'm sure everyone knows who she is, but they're the best mechanical pencils. And then that's just a Derwent charcoal pencil. And it does great for shadowing if you use a blender stump and just kind of, and your finger, and just kind of, you know, smudge everything and then use an eraser to pull back and add highlights. So that's basically all I'm doing. And I do a lot of back and forth, and you know, I think her eyes are a little wonky and maybe possibly cross-eyed, but I think you kind of know she's supposed to be looking up in the end. So I'm just going to keep futzing back and forth and try and get the eyes to where I want them, and they're kind of looking up. I don't typically use a scale or make a scale so that everything lines up. I just kind of use my ruler and make sure the lines are close to the same at the top and then close to the same at the bottom. I probably should have maybe spread them out a little bit further. I don't know. That's just and I don't know what you're supposed to use each for, but it's smaller. That was a it starts with a T. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, I sprayed it with Workable fixative because I didn't want all the graphite and charcoal to smear. And then I used some Sennelier oil pastels, and then these are just Prismacolor pencils. And I'm just trying to get you know, some variation in the blues in the eyes, and I pretty much just fudge everything that I'm doing and add a little bit here and there. Now I will say I wish I had just gone over everything with clear gesso, and I do that eventually, but I wish I had started with that. But you know, hindsight. So I am just blending and spreading the pastels and trying to get them to look like, trying to make it look more like the irises in the eye. So I know Tiffany is totally probably in her video calling me lots of names, and hopefully she kept it PG, but I know I picked some awful things this time and I deserve to get yelled at. So those are just Nupastels, and they're just like chalk pastels that are reactive with water. Those are also by Prismacolor. And see how it's got kind of like, it's got a grayish tone, so I think if I would have used the clear gesso, it would have locked things in better. So here I go with it. And that's just Liquitex clear gesso, and it's a really old bottle, so it has a different label than what they have now. And then that's just white acrylic paint. I think it's Downey. And I'm just trying to get everything to blend a little bit better, but I'm using a baby wipe to pull some of it away too. And I think those brushes are smudger brushes. I'm not sure what they're called, but those are my favorite brushes for blending. So I kind of knew I wanted the eyes to look up, and that would use the arrow for looking up, and I was going to put the tissue paper in the eye, but that card, who would put that card there? That salty junk card. I don't know. It's pretty, these three items have nothing to do with each other, so I don't know what I was thinking. I should know better than to try and stump Tiff, because she's unstumpable and I just hurt myself. I just used, that's a nail. It's a dotting tool for nails, but I got them for art. I think they were like $3 for a whole pack on Amazon. And that's just a big neon pink colored pencil. It's really soft. I think it's I'm not sure. I'm not even going to try and guess which it is. So I just wanted to use pink, different colors of pink to match the flowers in the tissue paper. And that is a Crayola. I can't remember what they're called. They're like water reactive oil pastels. And I'm just kind of spreading it here and there. And then I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to make a headband or what I'm going to do. And I decided to make like a row of like a flower crown. And I did somehow miss a little bit of the hair, but all I did is just add some white paint with the colored pencil and the oil pastels. And then these are just little pieces of the tissue to give her like a little floral crown. And I'm just working on a piece of watercolor paper. It's not really thick watercolor paper, but it does the trick. So there's that ugly card that I'm trying to figure out what to do with. And I'm just trying to blend that line so it's not so harsh in her hairline or at her hair. And again, she's pretty whimsical. This is definitely not a tutorial on how to draw a face or eyes or hair or any of that. Again, I'm just using the oil pastel to try and get some more colors in there. And then that is a Prismacolor pencil. And then I'm just adding a little line for her flowers to be connected. And then I'm going over her eyes. That's just a black Prismacolor pencil. And then I think that's I like that color. I think it's called Dusty Rose or something. But it does well for faces. And then I'm just sanding off the blue from that's my cat, from the Tortillon. I don't know how you say that. Oh my goodness. I should probably figure this stuff out before I do the voiceover, but the little blending stump. And then here I add eyelashes and with with the Prismacolor pencil, and I do go over it with a pen afterwards because that smudges a little bit, and again, hindsight. But I'm just going along her hairline with the Nupastel to, you know, add a shadow there where her hair would be. And then just giving her a little bit of pink on her cheeks, the little bit of her cheeks that show. And then that's just a white Nupastel, and I'm actually trying to even out the gray from the pencil that got left behind. And then I'm going to give her some eyebrows and I made them kind of like a brownish color because, I mean, no one has pink eyebrows. And now I'm going to use, that's a Permaball pen, and it's permanent once it dries, so it won't react with anything, and that makes much better lashes. And when I do lashes, I don't go all the way over because I'm not that great at it, and I think it shows more when I give like a full set of lashes. So I just do kind of like partial. And there I'm just playing with that arrow, trying to figure out where I'm going to put it, and I decide to make a background, and that's China Blue. It's just craft paint, and then some of the white. I think I was trying to make it look like a sky, because I did have the idea of, once I do the words, putting them in like a cloud, but I changed my mind, as you'll see. And then I'm just going along her hairline a little bit with the Prismacolor pencil. And now I'm going to paint that grunge board arrow. And it does have a pattern in it, but doesn't stand out that much. That is Goldenrod, and it's the Target paint. And that was I was trying to get it to kind of match the orangey yellow in the flowers. And that is my cat, who always jumps on my table. So please make sure you go check out Tiffany's video too. I'm sure she nailed this, even though she was probably calling me lots of names. And that's okay. I'm okay with that, because I hope I stumped her at least half as much as I stumped myself. Thank you so much for watching. I am just about done putting the finishing touches on. That says always look up, but stay a bit salty. I don't know about this salty theme with me, but that word seems to always find me. So I am just putting some finishing touches on here. I'm going to sew the words to that little bit of material that I have from the journal that I made in another video, cutting off all those little extra threads. And then I'm just going to glue the arrow down on there. I do go in later with a fine liner bottle and just put some little polka dots, and there's my cat again. I'm just using Liquitex super heavy matte gel to adhere everything down. And that is my page for today. Thank you so much for watching. Would love if you subscribed and ask any questions. Give me a comment, thumbs up. Thanks so much. Have a great day.